Fire salmon, part 23. I'm going to use the same picture because there's just not enough pictures for all of these parts. So I left off with red and gold, which links back to the red sail earlier, and I thought the reference to gold there could also be oar rowing. I tried to find anything to do with red row, but couldn't find anything. So we've got peal of bells and white towers. So the bell suggests a wedding, but also for whom the bell tolls, so possibly a death of someone important. White towers, I thought of the Needles, Isle of Wight, and also Mont Blanc, which is a White Tower mountain tour. And there's a poem by Percy Shelley called Mont Blanc, lines written in the veil of something something, remembering that Shelley died by drowning. So I picked out this bit: vanished like smoke before the tempest stream, and their place is not known below vast caves, shine in the rushing torrent's restless gleam, which from those secret chasms in tumult welling meet in the vale and one majestic river. So we've got reference there to the tempest, like a storm, caves, like associated with the female and Sybil, and the majestic river, where I think river connects with train in the next lines after way la la. I don't even really know what that means. As in a vehicle of transport. Obviously it's transporting water, but things get carried along the river and people on boats. And it can also sound like a train or a motorway. Trains and dusty trees, so it could be a train of address, so like for the wedding, if that is a peal of bells, but also a railway and also a river. I thought of the Great Western Railway only because I've talked about it a fair bit, and it was involved with that Mr. Gill, who I won't get to the bottom of, but anyway. For the dusty trees, I was thinking of ash, like an ash tree, but then in reading something else later, I thought of palm trees because they're associated with the goddess Tanit, so I'll talk about that in a sec. So the lines Highbury bore me, Richmond and Kew, undid me, by Richmond I raised my knees. He links with Lapia, and the lines Sienna made me, Maremma unmade me, where she was dropped by the feet from a castle window, from Purgatorio. But remembering that the castle relates to the Grail myth, and that feet are a euphemism, so I'm not quite sure what went on there. Thinking about Highbury Manor belonged to the Knights of St. John. The castle became known as Jack Straw's Castle, which may or may not link to the Hollow Men or Hollow something poem. The locals got fed up with being lorded over, so they took it over for a while. There's also a Seven Sisters Road there, so I thought that was perhaps relevant. So there's a Richmond in Virginia and London, the latter associated with Kew Garden. The US one was colonised by Captain Christopher Newport, so perhaps a reference to Newport, which I've mentioned before, Isle of Wight, Wales, Launceston. And there's a James River in Richmond, which could be Stuart links. Kew originally meant sheen and may come from key in port. I have more.